Hi everybody, welcome into another episode of Let's Draw. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for tuning in so early and being here right from the start. I thought I'd put on a couple of videos for you to keep you amused. So hope you enjoyed those whilst you were tuning in. Welcome in. I can see a few familiar faces everywhere. We're broadcasting on YouTube. Facebook went belly up, so we're not broadcasting on Facebook and probably won't do anymore. But we're on YouTube, we're on Abstract. We're in the Discord as well. We've got a handful of people in the Discord. Midas has just dropped in. Hi, Midas. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you very much for joining. Where else? On X. We're on X as well. So we're broadcasting in a few different places. Wherever you're watching from, if you could do me a huge favour and share the feed. Let people know what we're doing. Tag your friends. Anybody that you think would enjoy what we're going to do today, tag them and let them know. That'd be awesome. Thank you very much. So bad news, I'm afraid. Really, really sad news. It's down to me to let you know that something's happened to Joff. Thankfully, he's just skiving for the day. He's not dead or anything like that. He's just skiving off for the day. He's not going to be joining us. So we're not going to do an NFT giveaway. But to be fair, Crypto Stew's nowhere to be seen. So he usually wins everything. Made a big assumption there. Crypto Stew usually wins everything, so we're not going to be we're not giving away any NFTs today. It's all going to be about the drawing lesson. So, and we'll get started on with that in a minute. Just to recap, what we do in the drawing lesson is I'll show you how to draw something step by step. You just copy along. It's going to take us like 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. It's going to be really easy, really basic. You'll just need a couple of materials, a pencil, a Sharpie, maybe a fine liner if you want to go and really show off, and some stolen paper. Welcome in everybody. Hope you're doing well. If you are new, just go into the chat wherever you're watching from. Go into the chat. Trying to keep my eye on all the different chats going on at the moment. Go into the chat. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from. It's always cool to see what global audience we have. How many have we got? Only 20 people watching so far, so it's pretty quiet at the moment. But it's all good. That probably doesn't. What doesn't help is that I think I scheduled this session for tomorrow. So when I was just about to go live, and it said I'm going live tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm definitely going live today at 8 o'clock. So yeah, apologies. Anybody who's watching the replay tomorrow night, apologies that you're watching the replay. Wednesdays 8 p.m. UK time every week we're doing this, and right, let's talk in. Let's get on with it, shall we? Just a reminder that this session, Let's Draw, is brought to you by KorpDogs. KorpDogs is my NFT project, which you can see up the top there, which we hope to release soon on Abstract. If you want to support these kind of events, then just follow what we're doing on KorpDogs. Hopefully pick up some digital artwork of your own and get access to the Korp Academy and extra events and things like that. I just saw somebody else. Hi, Mooply, Jewelish, Tash. Mooply's Kirsty. Hi, Kirsty. Hope you're doing well, mate. That's really cool. I think if that's the same Kirsty, Kirsty's the person that runs the 8 o'clock club. Anybody who's into adult drawing, 8 o'clock club's just had a bit of a revamp. Website's looking really good. Just have a look under Korp Academy, korpacademy.com 80C, and you'll find the new 8 o'clock club. Loads of not safe for work content in there, if that's your thing. So should we get drawing? Should we make a start on this today? I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be drawing. I mean, I know what we're going to draw, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. These are the materials you're going to need today. Oh, it's a different Kirsty. Right, these are the materials you're going to need today. You will need a pencil, Sharpie. I've just got a couple of Sharpies and a fine liner. So that's kind of what you need. Just any kind of black pen combo, you'll be absolutely fine with it. And A4 sheet of paper, we're going to use it portrait orientation. That means upright. And here we go. Are you ready to get started? So go and grab your pencil first. Pencil first, everybody. Hi, James. Thank you for joining from Pittsburgh. Good to have you in. Hope you're joining in with the drawing session today. Grab your pencil first. First thing we're going to do is we're going to stick in a big sausage, okay? This big sausage, you don't want it too wide, because if it's too wide, we're not going to be able to work the horns in afterwards, or the antlers in afterwards. And I've got a really neat way of showing you how to draw antlers. Okay, so nothing too wide. How high can you go? And maybe square it off a little bit at the top. Let's go for something like this. Let's go for about there. Square it off a little bit at the top, down there. What do you reckon? Something like that will do nicely. Hey Steve, thanks for joining, mate. Hope you're doing well. We're just going to put in a few little guidelines with a pencil first. Then we'll get out the black Sharpie and make this thing come alive. There you go. So there's the first bit. Let's cut our eye drawing time in half by only drawing one eye. So just in there. Let's go and put some sort of circle. Doesn't have to be particularly neat. Doesn't have to be particularly circular. Just go and draw some sort of circle. That will give us a bit of a guide for where the eyeball will go. Coming out the side next, we're going to draw some lines that are going to help us with these antlers, okay? Big old L shapes coming out the side. Nice and big. From about here, look. Big old L shapes like that. There's one. Let's go and do one on the other side. But as you're doing these, you want to add some extra L shapes coming off from these as well. So here we go. Let's put some extra L shapes. Let's put one in there. Let's put one in there. Don't think about it too much. Doesn't have to be particularly neat. But go and throw in those. It's 3 L shapes on either side. Stick that one in. Hi, Natalie. Thank you for joining, mate. Have we got that in? What else do we need for pencil lines? I think that's it. I think that's it. Pencils are for losers, so we don't use pencils too much. Let's go and grab a Sharpie. I always like using like a thin pen, fat pen combination when I'm drawing. So we're going to go and grab a Sharpie, and then we'll use a thin pen later to maybe put in some little details if we feel it needs the details. Okay. Right, let's jump in a little bit closer, shall we? Where's my zoom camera? There it is. That's better. Let's go and do this bit first. We're going to start off with a nose. So just straddling the bottom of the eyeball, we're going to throw in a nose. This nose is going to be nice and simple. It's a snout of a character. So we're going to draw a black circle, a little reflection in it. I call this a flircle. It's like a circle, but it's a little bit flatter. So you're going to draw that black circle, a little reflection in it, colour the rest in black. See how it's straddling that pencil line. That's really important. Yeah, anybody that's joining on Discord as well, don't forget you can throw in your photos of your work in progress, so feel free to do that. Mika's the queen of pencils. Yeah, I mean, I ain't got no issue with a pencil. I just say it for effect. That's all. It gets me into trouble every now and then, but I can take it. I think all I'm getting at when I say pencils are for losers, all I'm really getting at is don't overuse the pencil. Let's go and work with the pen. A pen gets you moving forward faster because your brain's a bit more focused, a bit more concentrating, because your brain will know that actually you can't undo this line. You can't just rub it out. So I think it gets you moving a little bit faster. It gets you learning faster anyway. Yeah, I know you're kidding, don't worry. All right, let's throw in the snout of our nose. So we're just going to take a little line either side of the top of that nose and just flick it over to one side, just outside the eyeball. Flick it on the other side, just outside the eyeball. There we go. Just a little flick, little flick. You want to try and flick the pen off to get these nice tapered thin ends. If you're struggling to get a thin tapered end, then just dot and dash it like this. It gives you the same kind of effect. As long as you do it in several other places, it's going to look absolutely fine. Right, that's stage 1 done. Stage 1 done. Let's go and do stage 2, which is the eyeball. We're going to go and put the eyeball in. We'll put in we'll start at the top, work our way down. Will we start at the top? No, let's start at the bottom. Let's put the eyelid in first. So here we go. There's our circular eyeball. And what we'll do first is we're going to put a bottom eyelid in. So it's going to be a line that kind of starts on the inside, just nips outside, goes all the way across, and then curls back inside again like this. Starting about there, just nips outside, all the way across to the other side, just nips outside, curls back down. And those two lines want to be pointing at each other. Maybe flick off, dot and dash those lines, that kind of thing. Also, go over that line again. So those of you that are familiar with the Korp Academy, where I teach people to draw, will know that I double line everything I do, not to make it twice as thick, but to make it twice as wonky. Wonky lines are our friends, and they will help you loads to cover over any kind of mistakes that you might potentially make in the future. Okay, so we've got that in. Let's finish off the bottom part of the eyelid. We're just going to bring those two lines, go over those pencil lines that we so preciously put in. Go over those pencil lines from that eyelid, that flappy bit of skin on the eyelid, into the snout. So from there, look, in there, from there, in there. We're going to double line this as well, but with the double lining, we're going to be a little bit more strategic with it. Okay. When I say strategic, I mean a strong intersection. So an intersection is where two lines join each other like that. In a T-junction, that's an intersection. You see where those two lines join each other? That's an intersection. You always make those bits of the line just a little bit thicker. Only a little tiny bit thicker. It's where the shadows live. Shadows live in intersections. So we make the line bigger to make it look like there's a bit of a shadow in there, okay? So it's just worth remembering for future. Anytime you do that, throw in some little intersections. Right, let's go around the top of the rest of the eyeball. Should we take a little curve out somewhere? Nah, let's just go around the top of the eyeball. So from there, look, all the way around. Again, double line it. Again, throw in those intersections. So just down here, looks a little bit thicker. Sometimes it's only like marginally. It's only like 0.5 millimeter. It's really, really thin. It's definitely worth doing it. Let's when it comes to pupils, I like to give all my students the option to put in whatever kind of pupils they want. They can go really simple, like a Simpsons pupil, just a little circle, maybe upgrade it a bit to like the solar opposites pupil, where it's a bit more of a scribble in a circle still. Or you can go like really elaborate, put loads of reflections in and all kinds of stuff like that. Totally up to you. And also which direction it goes in. So go and throw a pupil in. I'm going to throw in this kind of a pupil. Let's go like that. Nice big pupil. Big reflection over there. And I'll throw in a couple more reflections as well. Let's put some nice big reflections in there. It's going to make our character look cuter with those reflections in. Colour the rest of that pupil in black. Apologies for the radio silence, but I'm concentrating on colouring it really neatly, so I don't want to. I don't want to go outside the lines. Oh, what a geek! There we go. Cheers, whoever that was that gives us thumbs up. Yeah, I do that as well. You know, that helps the algorithm. Just put some thumbs up. The algorithm will spot that kind of stuff. Anytime you see a little thumb or a little like button, things like that, just go and mash it. Press it as many times as you can. It will help. And we're here every Wednesday as well. So just brace yourself for this. This time, every single Wednesday, I'm going to see how long we can keep this run going for, and just drawing with a Sharpie pen. Nice and easy. Let's go and put in some more stuff on this eye then. The next bit we're going to do on the eye is a little eyebrow kind of bit. We're going to start. So remember we did that big sausage shape for the character, yeah? Did that big sausage shape. This eyebrow line is going to start inside the sausage shape. It's going to finish inside the sausage shape. But it's going to take a little detour on the outside. So let's start about there. Look, it's going to take a little detour on the outside, go all the way across. Maybe a little flick off down there as well. Double line it, double wonky. Dot and dash it if you're struggling to flick it off, but just coming outside and back inside the eye, something like that. I think that looks okay. Maybe flick off a couple more little lines under there. 1, 2. Look at those little perfect little tapered off lines. Thanks, Wendy. When are we getting a virtual hug from Wendy? That's nice. That's what it says. Whenever you put a little emoji on YouTube, I never see the emoji. It just comes up as a description of that emoji, which yours says virtual hug. So thank you, mate. I don't know if is that for me or for the character. Too much information. Let's move on. That's stage 2 done. We've done the eye. Let's go and do the ears next. We didn't pencil in the ears. We didn't pencil in the ears. We don't need to pencil in the ears. We're going to draw an ear. It's going to be like a capital C shape, just resting on the corner there. Don't get too close to your antlers over here. A capital C shape. But as we're drawing this capital C shape, we're going to do it in a series of hooks. Okay, so try this then. From about here, let capital C shape all the way around, but in a series of hooks. Hook, hook, hook. Bring it in. Have a little go at that. Those hooks are coming on the inside. Double line all of this. Make it wonky. Beautiful. Yeah, nice and easy, that one. Let's go and do the inner ear, and then we'll move over to the other side. Inner ear is just 2 lines. So we'll start off, we'll do 1 line that's going to fold from about there. It's going to flick up quite close to the top. Quite close to the top, because then we're going to come back down that line a bit and curve back round onto the pencil line again. So come back down that line, curve down onto the pencil line just there. Double lining it, strong intersections, all the usual stuff. Okay, we've got a little nice, neat little fold in that fluffy ear that way. Okay, let's, where are we going next with this? Let's go and do the same on the other side. Something similar on the other side. Capital C, going round in a curve, done with a series of hooks. So starting about there, look, hook, 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 bring it home. See how this one actually is a little bit smaller than this one. Just marginally smaller. The way you'd get around that is when we double line, we double line on the outside of this line, and then you're naturally making it a little bit bigger. If you wanted to go a bit smaller, you'd double line on the inside of the line. But let's see if we can just make this a little bit bigger by double lining over here. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference, but it will make it a little tight. It will make it appear a little bit bigger. Remember how we did the inner ear? So just those 2 little lines, 1 little line flicking off here. Quite close to the top. Come back on yourself there and bring it home with another little curve back onto the pencil line. Strong intersections in there as well. I don't know what this character is, but I'm starting to like the look of it. Okay. Let's leave the ears like that for the time being. They're good. Right, well done everybody. Don't forget, if you are in the Discord, you can feel free to kind of drop your photos in, your work in progress photos. I will share them on the stream as well. So if you don't want yours to be shared on stream, don't drop it in. There's the rules today. I'm not going to ask for permission. Just going to show everyone what you've been drawing on. Right, where are we going next with this? We've done the nose, we've done the eye, we've done the ears. Let's go and do the horns. Let's go and work on those horns. Love these little horns, right? Hey, Feed Me Palmo. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, it's getting there. Feed Me Palmo says, this is awesome. Here we go, look. Got our first piece of artwork. Wow, that's massive. Why is that so big? There we go. that's come up massive on my screen there. But this is, who's that? That's Colleen's starter for 10. It's looking good so far, Colleen. Well done, mate. Right, let's zoom out. We're going to go and work on the horns next. So horns, these kind of shapes that we've done on the outside here, these great big horns that we've done on the outside here, we're not going to do a pen line on that horn, on that line, on that pencil line. We're going to go around the outside. So this is just to kind of give us a bit of shape. But we're going to go on the outside of that. We're also going to start the horns on the inside of the body, weirdly. So let's go and bring it just over here. Look, let's go and put like a little curve. It's a floater. It's a double-ended flick off. It's a floater because it's just a line sitting there on its own. It's a double-ended flick off because it's a double-ended flick off. Bolts says, my drawing looks like a crazy person's. Excellent. This is why you belong here, Volts. It's got to look like you're a little bit unhinged. We'll have a little look at it a bit later on. We're well over halfway through, so it won't be long before we have a little look. Right, so this is the little section that the horn is growing out from, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to start a line, not right on the edge, just bring it down a little bit. We're going to start a line and we're going to trace around this horn. This antler shape. Make it wonky though, okay? Nothing too smooth. Make it fairly wonky. So coming in there, and you see how we're using this pencil line, we're just going to go around all these bits, making it wonky. Remember, your pencil lines are just there as guides. You don't have to have it perfect. Bring it back in, and as you bring it back in, just make sure that it doesn't go right to the edge of the line. It just kind of tucks in a little bit. Okay, let's double line that. There's two things we're going to do here. One is we're going to double line it, and then we're going to do some flicks. My favourite line to teach people to draw is the wonky line, the double lining. It's not twice as thick, it's twice as wonky. It's my favourite line to draw. My second favourite line is the flick off line. The flick off line is just a nice way of getting some real thin, tapered lines naturally with your pen. Are they TV aerials? Wendy says. They are not. But when it comes to drawing your character, if something starts to come to you, then just go and draw that. So if you think this is looking more like a TV aerial, then definitely make it look like TV aerials coming out of like a one-eyed bear's head. I don't know what this character is, but just go with it. This is why I never show people what we're going to draw at the start of a session, because you don't really want to have too much in your head about what you want it to look like, because the chances of you getting something on paper that is exactly what is in your head pretty slim. So you're better off just kind of having a rough idea, just get drawing and then just go with the flow and enjoy the process. Yeah, so if something comes to mind, if you start drawing this and you think it looks more like a TV aerial, draw a TV aerial in. If it's looking more like something else, draw something else in. But yeah, just learn to go with the flow. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to follow that line again. Remember how we started there? We went all the way around, but every time there's a little bend in the natural bend in the line, we're just going to give it a little flick. Okay, so try this out for me. Look, just a little bend there. Look, so just give it a little tiny flick, little bend there, little tiny flick. Look at that straight away. Those little twists where it makes that antler look really twisted round. Let's whip that in all the way around. So every time there's a little bend, a little flick. Come down this way. We've got a little flick there, flick there. Go for as many or as few as you want. If you're struggling with your flicking, don't forget your dot and dashing. Don't forget your thinner pen as well. You can always use that to help you out. Let's go around, just flicking everywhere. I want you to flick off all over the place. Let's put another one in there. And I think that just gives that makes that antler look so much better. It now just looks so much weirder, which is perfect. Are you ready to go and do the other side? Let's go and whip out the other side. Yeah, same kind of thing. Start off with that curve. Double line it, wonky, fat and wonky in the middle, flicked off at the end. Start at the top, just bring your line down a little bit. Use this pencil line as a guide for where to put these wonky bits. Whoops, I've gone really wonky in there. All the way around. Bring it home. As you bring it home, just make sure you don't go right to the edge. Just tuck it in a little bit. That looks much weirder, this side. Let's go and double line it. So strong intersections. Remember, double lining is about going twice as wonky, not about getting it spot on. The other thing I will point out is learning to draw wonky lines, or the technique that you use for drawing a wonky line, will help you draw smoother lines. So in order to draw a smooth line, you need to draw quite fast, quite confidently, quite fast. And that's what you're doing. As you're going over this line again, you're going quite fast. And the reason you're going fast is because you're going to make the odd mistake. And every time there's a mistake in there, you're going to get a slightly fat bit of the line, which is exactly what we're after. But you'll get to a point, you'll do it so often that you'll get to a point where you're actually not making that many mistakes. That's when you know you're ready to kind of switch off wonky lines and switch on smooth lines, okay? Anyway, enough of my my advice. Let's go flick off. Follow that line, flicking around. Just have a bit of fun with it. Just have a nice light touch. Try and hold your pen fairly upright. The more upright that you've got it, the more likely you are to get a nice flick. Likewise, if you've got a nice new pen, you're going to get some nice flicks on a new pen. And you can see here, look, over on this side, I did quite a straight line just there. Didn't have much opportunity to flick in. So over on this side, I made it extra wonky. And I'm really loving the way that all kind of just twists around now. Keep on going. Just work your way around. Just flicking off everywhere. So big flicks, little flicks, whatever you want. There we go. We've got some really neat looking antlers in there now. Really like those. They're looking good. Oh no, Tash, kids are up. Take care, mate. Thanks for joining in. Tash is in Australia, by the way. So yeah, that's why our kids are woken up, because it's actually time to wake up. Where we going next? We've got horns in. Let's go and put the mouth in. Everybody got that bit in? We're going to move away from that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Am I going to zoom in? Yeah, let's zoom in. We can go down here in the mouth. The only thing you need to ask yourself is, do you want to stick in a grumpy sausage or do you want to stick in a happy sausage? The grumpy sausage is just a sausage shape pointing downwards. Happy sausage is a sausage shape pointing upwards. Hey, Crypto Stu. Crypto Stu thinks they've just dropped in to say to come and win all the NFTs. I'm really sorry, Crypto Stu. Joff has not been well, and so we're not doing an NFT giveaway today. Joff has control of the Wheel of Losers. He's also my crypto guy. I'm the art guy. He's the crypto guy. He's the dev. He's like anything that doesn't have anything to do with art. He does all of that. He's the marketing guy, the advertising guy. He's the networking guy. Thanks for joining, Crypto Stu. Let's see if you can stay. Yeah, you win every other day, so it'll be cool for you to stay. Excellent, Wendy. If it's looking like a cactus, let's go and make those bits look like a cactus. Put some little spikes on them. Right, yeah, so happy sausage, grumpy sausage. Somebody said about a goofy sausage. Where did I don't know where I read that. Mika says goofy happy. Let's go goofy happy, shall we? Let's go happy sausage. Happy sausage looks like this. The other thing we want to do is let's take it all the way out to the edge of the pencil line, because then that's going to give our mouth a lot more shape. But look, here we go with the happy sausage all the way with the sausage touching the edge of the pencil line there. Let's double line that. And again, you can see my happy sausage isn't particularly even. It's a little bit low this side, it's a little bit high this side. So when I double line, I might double line on top here and I might double line below here. Let's see if that evens things out a little bit. So here we go. Let's double lining up there and then double lining down here. It's just a nice, neat little trick. It's kind of balanced it out a little bit more, probably not that much. But it's just a nice way of like moving lines across just by a few millimeters and balancing things out. Right, well, let's work on the outside and let's go inside with this mouth. The next thing we need to do is just make sure we've got a little bit of skin or something flapping around the outside. So start on the inside of this pencil line, finish on the inside of the pencil line. Hi, Silent Thanks. No worries, mate. Thank you for joining. I know loads of people have had time zone changes, so dead easy to kind of miss this. So there you go. We've got a little bit of stretched, flappy lip kind of skin on that side. Let's go and do the same kind of thing on the other side. The only rule there is just make sure that you start and finish inside the pencil line. That's the only bit that's important. Let's maybe just throw in a little bottom lip as well. Bottom lip is a floater. A double-ended flick off. It's a floater because it doesn't touch any other line. We're doing Goofy with this one, aren't we? So for Goofy, let's go and put two great big teeth in right in the middle. Whilst, in fact, we've still got a little bit to do on the outside of the mouth, which is the little bit that connects the, not the eye, a little bit that connects the nose to the mouth. It's going to make this look a lot more like an animal. So just here, look. There's that little line that connects the nose to the mouth. We just want to curve off that line. We don't want it to be quite so sharp and angular. Let's just curve it off there a little bit. Curve it off there a little bit. Just a little tiny bit, not too much, but it just looks a lot more natural there. Much nicer. And then goofy teeth. Let's go and throw in some goofy teeth. So we're going to put in some like bucket shapes. Let's go. Should we go for one slightly bigger than the other as well? Let's go for a big one just there, and a small one just there. Look at that. Just double line that. Do we like that? I kind of like that. I think that works. Let's put some smaller teeth next to it. Yeah, that's good. Let's maybe throw in a few smaller teeth around the bottom as well. Let's start these smaller teeth just here. Look. Nice. We can even stack those teeth up. Look, let's stack a few teeth up. See how we just stack them on top of each other, and it just looks like the teeth are going around into the back of the mouth. Yeah, that's nice. A couple more little lines in there just to throw in a tongue. The only reason I'm putting a tongue in is so that I haven't got to colour in lots of the back of the mouth. So look, let's go and do this line. Come from in there. It's going to go behind those teeth. Have it coming out, popping out on the other side there. That's our tongue. Let's go and colour in the back of the mouth in black. And while I'm doing this bit, just a favour to ask you all, if you know somebody that is creative, or you know somebody that wants to learn how to draw, please let them know about the session. Let them know that all they need is a couple of black pens, follow a step-by-step lesson, and they'll be learning all my top tips on how easy it can be to draw in no time. So do me a favour and go and share this with them. There's an event page on Facebook. That one links to abstract. I think it links to all the platforms actually. But yeah, there's an event page on Facebook. So if you need that notifications, go into Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, you just have to remember. You guys in the Korp Academy community, you always have the event or the meetup kind of listed in there as well. So you can always RSVP from that point. Awesome. Right, mouth done. Let's go and finish this off with a body. What we're going to do is a body, a little bit of shading, and then we're done. So we're like 5 minutes away from being done here, okay? Let's start at the top with this body and work our way down. First thing we'll do, just flick off a little line there, just joining that all together. Just a slight flick into the ear. Then we'll go through past the ears, pick it up about there. Maybe put in, look at that, see that? Just a little tiny little bit of fur there. Strong intersections. Let's do the same on this side. Maybe bring that bit of fur up there this time. Just changing the position of that little bit of fur. Let's close these ears off. These inner ears, look, just a little line. It goes just a little bit too far on both sides, so it just pokes out. That's all we're doing. Then we're going to work our way down the rest of this character. Do you want to put in any hands or anything like that? I'm not going to put in any hands, but if you want to put in some hands and stuff like that, feel free to go and do that. All I'm going to do is just keep adding these little V shapes, just flicking out until you get to the bottom of the page. Nice and scruffy, nice and wonky, following that guideline that we've got. That's what that pencil line is in there for. Just to follow that. How's that looking? That looks okay. We'll finish off the chest. I've got a huge amount of space in the chest there. Let's go and flick the V's in the chest. If you want to make a character look hairy, just go and flick the V's in the chest. Look. So just in there, look, just flick a V. One side a bit longer than the other side. Let's go and do something on the other side. Clump them together. Let's do some small ones. Maybe even put a few up here as well. Look, you can put them wherever you want. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Finish off with anything else weird you want to put on your character. I'm definitely going to put some whiskers in. Look, I'm not going to flick any lines out. I'm just going to put the 3 dots in. That's always a nice, easy way of making something look like it's got whiskers. And then we'll grab our thin pen. We're just going to quickly start at the top. We're going to go work our way down with a thin pen. We're going to add some shadows, extra little details, little cracks in the antlers, all that kind of stuff. Add your own kind of flavour to this as well, you know. Add your own style. Just have a bit of fun with it. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? I'm going to, in the antlers, I'm just going to give them a little bit more shape by putting in some little curves like this. Anytime there's a bit of space. There we go. Look. Just throw in these little shapes. Maybe throw in some little circles in there as well. That kind of stuff. You know, just have a little bit of fun with it. We'll rub out those pencil lines in a bit. It's going to do something similar on the other side as well. So remember, it's just these little curves. What they should be doing is just giving your whole thing a little bit more shape. Little circles in there. Find a gap. Add these little curves in. Some are going to be close together. Some are going to be far apart. Throw in those little circles as well. We're just trying to put in loads of texture, loads of things going on in those antlers. Let's move down a little bit. Let's get onto the inner ears. For the inner ears, we're just going to shade them out with some little lines top to bottom. Look, nice and easy. For the eyelid, let's do the same thing in the eyelid. Let's just shade that out, make it look a bit darker. Just loads of little lines really close together, top to bottom, all the way across that eyelid. This is a great technique for just practicing your line work, so you start and finish. It gets your hand-eye coordination in there, so you know where your start and your finish of the line is. Look at how we've just given that a lot more depth in there. Let's work down. Let's go and do the same in the tongue. How's everybody doing? We all keeping up okay? Let's go and do the same in the tongue. Let's shade that bit out. Maybe finish off with a little bit of graining in the teeth. Just flicking the lines up and down. Don't think about it too much. Just go and put a few little flicks in there. Okay, that's looking good. Let's actually do something in the eyeball. I think the eyeball's looking a bit plain. Let's put a little broken line around the iris. Little dots and spots in there. Want to make something look like it's exposed skin. Let's go and take a little shape like that. Look. Let's put another little shape like that. Put some little lines through it. Maybe a little bit of an outline as well. How cool does that look? Let's flick some smaller V's all over the place. Quote marks, circles, hashtags, whatever you want to put. Just go and throw stuff in now. Don't think about it too much. Just throw stuff in. If you like how it's looking, carry on doing it. If you don't like how it's looking, just slow down on it and don't do it anymore. Somebody said about a cactus, so let's go and put in some little shapes at the top here. We are at the home straight. So anybody over in Discord who wants to show off their artwork, now's the time to go and think about putting that in. I'm just going to try and make these look a little bit more like cactuses. Cacti. Just putting in these little spiky bits. Look. But yeah, if anybody wants their artwork shown on stream, go and drop it into Discord now. If not, you guys can drop it into the Korp Academy community. Anybody that doesn't know about it, can you see that? You can't even see what I'm doing now, can you? If you don't know about the Korp Academy community, you can join for $7, $7 a month. But owning a Korp dog will get you access to it as well when we release the KorpDogs. There we go. I'm kind of liking that, how that's looking. cheers, Crypto Stu. Glad you're still hanging around. We are just about finished on this, so I'd really insist on everyone just kind of adding their last finishing touches. Throw in, if you want your artwork shared, throw it into the chat. I will in a second reveal what the finished piece looks like. But that's the kind of thing we're after. Let's put a street art crown on it. As well, love a street art crown. So you guys, you saw RGN Chick's piece earlier. Let's see if we can just drop that into the chat again, into the stream again. Come up a lot smaller this time. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. There you go. Awesome stuff. Look at how cool that looks. Look at those wonky antlers. Gone really to town with them ones. They look like some real weird growths are happening there. Love the teeth. Love how happy this one is as well. Really happy piece. Nice work. Cheers. That was Colleen, member of the Corp Academy community. I taught her everything she knows. Right. It just I'm not sure if I think most people are watching in the Discord rather than taking part. There is a share your art channel as well in the Discord. So if you want to share your art, you can do. Just pop it in there so we can all have a little look at it. Let's zoom back out on mine so you can see the finished piece. There it is. I have no idea what it is, but it's something. And I quite like how it's looking. Some sort of weird, like, antler, deer, mouse, one-eyed thing. We've got another piece from Volts. Let's see how Volts is doing. There we go. Look at that. Awesome stuff. Yeah, you've nailed it. Look how smooth you've gone with the lines for your antlers in that one. You see the thickness of the lines around the antlers as well. Try and replicate that thickness around the rest of the character. The only thing that should be consistent about your line work should be how inconsistent it is. So having like fat bits and thin bits all over the place is going to really help. But especially around that top eyebrow, that bump across the eyebrow. Just go and throw that in a little bit thicker. Mate, Volts, and that's going to look amazing. Nice work. Silent Thanks had a go. Let's let me just bring Silent Thanks in. Super quick, but made it work. Look at that. Awesome. Literally threw in a sausage shape. But they do not look like antlers. That looks like some sort of ghost hidden inside an egg, which is cool. I'd definitely go with that. Why not? Ghost inside an egg is a good idea. Cheers, Silent Thanks. Well done, mate. Looks really good. Let's have a quick look at Mika's. Look at that. Let me just zoom in on that a little bit. Well, not maybe that much. Oh, I've just dropped it off the screen. Let's bring it in again. Let's try zooming in again. Look at that. That's awesome, Mika. Well done, mate. That's brilliant. Really nice work. The antlers look less like a cactus and more like they're just hairy antlers, which, again, is just astonishingly good. Love the extra little bits of fluff around the character's face, around the ears. Awesome stuff. Cheers, Mika. Right, well done. Have we got any others? I think we're done with people who are dropping their artwork into Discord. Thank you very much if you did share your artwork. I always appreciate that. Anybody else? Kirsty, 8 o'clock club. Kirsty, drop it into the community as well. So anybody who's a member of the Corp Academy community, you've got your own private space in there. There's only about 190 of us in there at the moment. So yeah, just drop it in there. Just guarantees that I'll see it. It's like a Facebook feed, but without all the stuff that you don't want. It's just full of art and creativity, which is exactly what KorpDogs is all about. Now, one last announcement that I need to make before I leave you all for today, and that is that on the 2nd of April, that is that in April we've got a special guest coming on to Let's Draw with us, and we're going to do a bit of an artist interview. Well, he'll be drawing some stuff. I'll be copying it. You guys can copy along as well. We'll understand a little bit more about that artist's process, how they draw, why they draw. So any questions that you've got, You can type into the chat and ask questions live while this artist is drawing. So it's a good opportunity to learn a bit about somebody else's style and process and where they're from as an artist. We'll also have a little look at all their artwork as well and just understand, get under the skin of their creativity, where it all comes from, where their ideas and inspiration comes from. The artist is Remouse. Remouse is one of the KorpDogs artists, exceptional digital artist. Have a little look for Remouse on Instagram. If you can't find him, just message me and I'll send you some link details. But yeah, that's who we've got coming in on April. Right, take care, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. I'll see you all soon.